Hello all, Alex here. Welcome to my hobby vlog. So a little update on the latest commission for Gary. So this is the Empress miniatures late British inventory. So I'm coming to the end of these now. I've just ordered, he's asked me to order another 20, which I've just done today. So I'll expect them in probably about a week's time. So so these are the ones that are nearly complete. I've got some finishing touches to do on some of these, but I'll show you them on the shaky cam, the close-up cam. But I'm pleased with the artillery field gun. Gary did point out that I think some of the shells have got a black tip with some red and white stripes on them, so I'm gonna try and add those in now, and that should be done. I mean, none of these have been varnished yet, so I'm gonna do all that in one go once I've completed off the finishing touches. I've got a bit more work to do on this little personnel carrier. So I need to put a bit more weathering into it and a bit more detail. And yeah, the only downside with this one's a shame about the heads. So this is a resin kit from Empress. It's okay. Once I go, I wouldn't say it's the best, to be honest. The heads are okay. I just need to do a little bit of detail on that, and that'll finish that off. And then I'll put some transfers on it in my own special way, and then but I'll speak to Gary first before I do that. So there they are, lovely figures, love these, really do. On the I've got to point out this, bear with me. So where I thought this guy So where I thought this guy had a radio, he hasn't got radio. That's actually a water cooler for the Vickers machine gun. Paul Hicks himself messaged me to say that, but he was very complimentary of my work. So yeah, and that's because I don't know enough about it, to be honest. So what I need to do is take that off there, add it onto here, and then loop that that hose round so it fits into the Vickers, basically. So I've got to do that before I ship them off. So here's the close-up of the artillery piece. Then I'll zoom in. I've managed to do the tips of the, I think, the 9-pounder shells that this uses. That was a challenge, got to be honest. But it looks way better now I've done it, because I had them all brass. The shell cases are all brass now. I've got the tips because Gary showed me a couple of pictures, and I think they look good. So much happier with those. Yeah, so that's the 9-pounder, I think, and done a bit of a rock there, and I put a little bit of a bush in, and yeah, all the shine will go off as soon as I put the varnish on them. So as soon as I put the matte varnish, all that will go, and it'll look perfect then, I think. So I'm really pleased with that, really chuffed with it. So here's one of the Piats. Yeah, quite pleased with how these have turned out. Like I say before, these sculpts are just fantastic, you know. So this guy's down here. I've got a couple of little things I've got left to do, so these aren't quite complete yet. You know, I haven't varnished them yet, and I've got to just put the odd highlight in and just do something with the weapon. So if you can see here, the band around there, yeah, the band around there, and the strap holding the gun on, that they need to be done. And there's a little bit more on the helmet I need to do on here and there. So yeah, I've probably got another 4 hours work, and then these are completed. So And I've made the mistake I made with that radio. I put the water cooler now onto the Vickers, so that's all completed. This one here then. So what I've done is I've me and Gary had a discussion about the cups, tea mugs that they wore, and they're the white ceramics with a blue rim. So I've very carefully put a blue rim around that cup. That was a challenge again, you know. Gary's pushing my skills. Fair play to him. So lovely sculpts. I need to put something on that shovel, and do something with the SMG. There's a little bit of work left to do on the weapons, and the odd bit of highlighting, and and the backpacks need to be washed out a little bit. And struggling with the light I've got. So this is my setup. That's my if you can see, it just hangs off a monitor. So what I'm going to do is buy a red grass R9 miniature painting light, and I've been doing a lot of research on it, and the colours you get out of it and the brightness seems to be the one to go for, unless you guys have got any other recommendations. But that red grass light is £239, you know, so it's not cheap. But I want to get the actual hobby desk sorted out. So I want all these paints kind of fixed to the wall, so it just frees up the desk space. So I'm just I've got to get rid of all this, and you know, I've got stuff everywhere now. So so I need to tidy things up and give myself a little bit more space. So that's the plan. So getting back to the figures then, sorry about that. This guy's he's carrying a, don't know what that is. Is that a Piat as well? Could be a Piat, yeah. Like I say, I've got another few hours left to do on these sculpts. Look at these. Look at this one here. Lovely, isn't he? Yeah. And I've got a little bit of highlighting to do on the ammunition. He's carrying the ammo. Yeah, a little bit of work left. And then I've made a start on the personnel carrier. I've got a lot left to do on this one, so yeah, a bit of weathering on it, and do something with those guys. That one along the right. Yeah, so I've still got that one to finish off. So yeah, I've got all that to do. I shall crack on with these now. I've just ordered another 20, as I said earlier, the British then, just to finish this part off, and then I'm going to have a little break for a month, and then it's looking like the Punic Wars will start then. So I'm in negotiations with Gary over the Punic Wars, so I'm really looking forward to having a crack on that, and that'll be quite a lot of work. All good stuff. But what I'll do is I'll finish these off, and then I've got for my own stuff to do. I've got this. This came yesterday, so that's the Star Wars speeder troop carrier. So I might have a crack at that while I'm waiting for the other Empress miniatures to come along, and we'll see how that goes. Just for my own collection, that's my Star Wars Legion, and hopefully I can learn how to play that, and that'll be great fun. But for now, thanks for listening to me waffling on, and if you enjoy the content, you may give me a thumbs up, and that helps the algorithms. And if you haven't subscribed and you like watching this sort of thing, you may feel like doing that. So until then, catch you on the next one.